Hello and welcome to this special members edition of CRATV, where we talk about politics, policy, and politicians, all from a conservative perspective right here in the great state of California. So remember to hit the like button and remember to share it so that your friends can know where the conversation is taking place. But also remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, as well as follow us on Instagram. In the case of YouTube and Facebook, make sure you hit the notification button. That way you can participate in the live chat as the program is going on. Now, as I said before, this is a members edition. Now, it's not a members only edition, but the message we're going to talk about today is specifically for those of you who are members of the California Republican Assembly, or those of you who desire or may desire to become members of the California Republican Assembly. Now, you folks may have noticed that starting in 2020, we have been a lot more engaged in communications, in whether it's emails and the emails that we're sending out. You've noticed that our newsletter now is sent on a monthly basis, and it's sent as an e-newsletter so that you can get it and share it with all those who you think would be interested in the information that it is that we're providing. You notice we have a regular monthly message coming from our president, Mr. Johnny Morgan. You'd also notice that we're letting you know and alerting you and giving you opportunities to be engaged on various different policy issues, whether it was AB 5 or whether it was coming against the impeachment of President Trump. You've also noticed this program, CRATV, which is available on YouTube, on Facebook, as well as on Instagram. All of these are being done in an effort to help engage those of you who are members and those of you who are within your sphere of influence. Because in the end, politics is about bringing people together in order to advocate for common issues and common goals. Those of you who understand the history of the California Republican Assembly, for the longest time, there was no organization, no conservative organization in the entire country that was more aggressive and more effective when it came to advocating for conservative values. And being able to do so in a way that affected policy and helped get like-minded individuals elected to public office. As of late, or where we are right now, is that, well, CRA, we're working to try and rebuild that position, our position, within politics within the state of California and within the nation. One of the things, once again, that always made CRA very effective is that when it came to being engaged in the public square, we were always the leaders. We were the biggest. CRA was the loudest. And CRA knew and understood the issues and could communicate those issues in a way that would resonate and get people engaged on the issues and supporting the elected officials or the politicians or the candidates that were consistent with our values. And that's the spirit that this whole communication effort is going forward with. But here's the thing, folks. The thing that made it work then is the exact same thing that will make it work now. All right? It's the people being involved and engaged. As I've said many times when we first started talking about implementing this program, and as I've said, if you've been watching CRA TV, you can follow, I've said that digital communications, emails, social media, text message, videos are not meant to replace traditional grassroots organizing, but it's meant to supplement it. See, every time you go knock on a door, that individual may or may not see you again or talk to you again until you either call that individual or until you knock on that door again. What this gives us the ability to do, what digital communications, what emails, what text messages, what videos and social media, all of this gives us the ability to do is to communicate on an ongoing basis. Not just what we know as individuals that have the ability to communicate, but what we as an organization have the ability to communicate and share with other people. And that's great, because how many times have you had a conversation with somebody and on an issue, and you either didn't necessarily know the issue well enough to engage in that conversation or communicate to that individual, or you didn't feel like you were being effective in terms of communicating what it was that you meant to say. Well, the great thing about social media and or emails or all that is you then have the ability to share what someone else who's communicating on that issue has to say. And probably, in particular, if it was in a way that resonated with you, then it's a way that is probably going to resonate with those who are, once again, within your sphere of influence. Now, why do I keep saying within your sphere of influence? Because here's the thing, folks. This content is not being created just for you. I know you guys are members, you guys pay member dues, and you want to see stuff created for you. And this, we're trying to do it. But ultimately, when we say it's created for you, it's created for you to be able to share with others. It's created for you to be able to disseminate out to others and other individuals, people who are either already members and within your various different charter, or people who live in that particular area, people who agree with you on the issues. Well, where we need your support, and this is the part where that is most integral, is that we need you, the members of the California Republican Assembly, to be engaged in this process. What we've noticed as we've posted both videos, what we've seen through our social medias, we've seen an astronomical, exponential increase in engagement with our posts and with our videos and with our emails. But what we're noticing, though, is that we're not seeing as much engagement as we should amongst our members. Now, I want you to think about this. Think about this, for example. We have about 1,000 members or so at the statewide level, right? Imagine if every member were to share every post or were to share every video that we put out there, then we would see probably about 1,000 shares. Well, what we're seeing, one, we're not seeing 1,000 shares. We're seeing a lot, but we're not seeing anywhere near the number it would be if every single one of our members were to share it. We're into also when it comes to engagement, right? We're not seeing as many people liking, right? Now, when I say not as many people liking, I mean if every member saw it and liked it and shared it, every video we did, every post we did would go viral. Because here's the thing, folks. You have your sphere of influence, people who may or may not know about the California Republican Assembly, right? And the thing is that when you assume that everybody does know, then you tend to not share. Well, what we need, folks, is we need everybody to be a part of this process. When you see a video, if it's a video that resonates with you, or if it's a video that has something you think needs to be communicated, we need you, number one, to like it. And then number two, we need you to share it. And it doesn't matter if you're not on Facebook, guess what? You can share it on Twitter. If you're not on Twitter, you can share it on Instagram. If you're not on Instagram, you can share it via email, right? All of this is all available. If you're watching this video, then I know that there's a way in which for you to be able to communicate it. I know there's a way in which for you to be able to share it. But that's what it's got to be. This has got to be a partnership between CRA, who's creating the content, and you who are viewing the content and helping to disseminate that content. It's got to be an active process. It's got to be an ongoing process. Trust me, there are people who whether they're in the Tea Party, whether they're in the state of Jefferson, whether they're members of your county party, right, your local party, or maybe they're just friends or coworkers. There are people who agree with you. Some of them you know, and some of you know agree with you, and some of them you may not know agree with you. But the thing is that until you share, you don't know what they know. Or at the very least, let's be clear, they don't know what you know. So it's important, folks, that we are active and that we were involved and that we are engaged in this process. Now, if some of you are having problems and don't know how to share videos or don't know how to share Facebook posts, hey, do me a favor. Put it in the comments to this video. And if I get enough people who are telling me that, I'll create a video just showing you how to do that, right? Whatever it is, our goal is to help you be able to share the message. Because here's the thing, folks. Like minds come together, right? So if we come together as like minds, eventually what's going to wind up happening is more people are going to join CRA who are like-minded, meaning that more people are going to get the message, more people are going to be engaged on policy as well as on politics. More people are going to volunteer and go out and knock on doors to help elect like-minded conservatives. And ultimately, we know that once like-minded individuals come together and like-minded individuals together get engaged, then like-minded individuals will eventually get elected. Then like-minded individuals will eventually be making policy that is impacting our lives. So, all that is to say, folks, we need you. We need your support. We need you to give of your time. We need you to give of your talent. We need you to give of your treasury and support the California Republican Assembly. For those of you who are not members, you need to become members. Just follow the join link in the description to this video. And it'll show you how you can join. Soon we'll be making it available for you to be able to become a member online. So actually look for that. But folks, we need you to be active and be engaged. We need you. We need you. We need you. We need your support. CRA, in its heyday, only existed and was only effective because of you, the members, you, the grassroots. And if we're going to return to that level of influence and that level of effect that we had on public policy here in the great state of California, if it's ever going to happen, it's going to happen because you are involved and because you are engaged. I very much appreciate you, and on behalf of the leadership of the California Republican Assembly, I think I feel very comfortable in saying they appreciate your being involved and engaged as well. So take a moment, like, and share. Tell your friends about the California Republican Assembly. We are the conscience of the Republican Party. You folks take care, and God bless.